Still waiting on payment from a small business? This video is brought to you by net30advisor.com. Hit the link in the description, like this video, share this video, and subscribe to this channel. If you've been in business for any period of time, you will certainly have dealt with late or unpaid invoices. One of the more uncomfortable parts of running a small business is collecting on unpaid invoices. In general, most small businesses have sincere intentions of paying their bills on time. Unlike large organizations, which often pay very late but will eventually pay, small companies will immediately correct the problem if raised, or you'll have a serious problem collecting. When offering trade credit to a small business, you are essentially making a loan to an individual or a small group of individuals. How comfortable are you loaning money to a friend, family member, or even stranger off the street? Offering trade credit to a small business is essentially no different. Occasionally, you can get partial payment up front or a credit card number for the sale. However, in most industries, offering trade credit is the only way to make a sale. It's a necessary evil of running a business. But on the plus side, there are a number of ways to minimize the risk of offering trade credit. First, before extending credit, ask for a credit reference sheet. These have been a useful tool for many years, and all small businesses should have no problem providing one. Call the references on the sheet and ask specifically what their experience with the company has been. The downside of these credit sheets is that they usually only have a few companies on them, and almost nobody is crazy enough to list a reference they haven't paid. Second, search our website, net30advisor.com, for real customer reviews. Unlike credit reference sheets, these reviews are not hand-picked by the company and offer a truer representation of their business practices. Third, you can pay for a credit report from a larger company. Unfortunately, this is expensive, and there's minimal information available on small businesses. If there are red flags during the sales process that payment might be a problem, you can also just ask other vendors you know in the same industry. If they're a retail store, you can see which other companies they carry and reach out to them. If the order was placed at a trade show, you could ask other vendors at the show if they're familiar with the small business. You'd be surprised what you find out when you ask fellow vendors at trade shows. If you have a bad feeling about extending trade credit, don't do it. Collecting from a small business that doesn't want to pay is very difficult and frustrating. Despite all your hard work, you will still have problems with some small businesses. Once you ship the product or perform the service, you lose leverage on getting paid. Just as individuals can have problems paying due to life emergencies, fluctuations in the economy, overextending themselves, or worse, negligence and intentionally not paying, some small businesses can live month to month and a bill might just be impossible to pay. First and foremost, send the company a friendly email or make a phone call. Politely let them know that there must have been a mistake and you're just reminding them that the invoice is overdue. This usually works, and if it was a mistake on their end, they apologize and pay immediately. Small companies don't have substantial full-time accounts payable departments. Usually it's the owner that cuts the checks at the end of the month using QuickBooks. It's easy to misplace an invoice or make a typo in the system. If the first step above doesn't work, you'll have to get more firm. If you live close enough, you might need to visit in person. Politely but firmly ask for payment. If they can't pay in full, you could make the decision to work with them on a repayment plan. At this point, you could at least recover your costs. Finally, if you just can't get a hold of anybody, the owner has disappeared and it's evident that they're avoiding you, you'll have to go down the legal route. Nothing gets the attention of a business owner like getting served legal papers. Filing a small business claim has become easier in many states. State websites lay out the forms and paperwork required for a small claims lawsuit, and filing the paperwork might only take a few hours. If you have to sue for more than the small claims limit, it's best to get a lawyer involved. Remember, don't get overexcited when making the sale and ignore the background check of the small business. Extending trade credit to the wrong company can significantly damage your business. If you have any additional tips or experiences, let us know in the comments below. As always, manage your reputation on net30advisor.com by inviting vendors to post their honest reviews.